precisely what I needed. Doctor, first the wounds. You counted a dozen?
Yes. 5 are deep, of which 3 are lethal. The rest are shallow, and 2 are so slight as to be mere scratches.
What does that suggest? That there were 2 murderers, a strong man and a weak man?
Or a weak woman.
Or a strong man stabbing the victim both strongly and weakly in order to confuse us. At least we know that. By the time of the murder, Ratchet was too drugged to cry out or defend himself with this.
But how did you guess
I
that?
didn't. He showed it to me when he offered me $15,000 to be his bodyguard, and I refused. Was I to have accepted? Now, let us consider the ashtray. 2 different matches, a smoked cigar, a pipe cleaner.
And this.
Huh? The initial age.
That should not be hard to identify.
I wonder, Christian name or surname? We must wait until we examine the passports. Bianchi, doctor, has it occurred to you that there are too many clues in this room? Let us proceed by examining what I hope will prove to be the last of them, the burnt paper. I use it for the mustaches.
What has that to do with mustaches?
To melt the wax. Observe, memorize, you are my only witnesses.
AISYARMS?
What does that mean? It means we know the true identity of Mr. Ratchet and why he had to leave America. Do you remember the Armstrong case?
Of course, the kidnapping of that little American girl and the killing. Who does not?
Do you remember the name of the child?
Certamente, it was Daisy.
D.
D-A-I-S-Y space A-R-M-S.
Daisy Armstrong.
And Ratchet was a murderer?
Well, no. The actual murderer was tried, sentenced, and electrocuted. But he was only the number 2. The subordinate of a boss whom at first he was too terrified to identify. Only on the eve of his electrocution did he give the name of the boss, who by then had disappeared with ransom money.
I remember feeling ashamed that he had an Italian name.
Cassetti.
Que mostro, he had a child's blood on his hands.
He had worse than that. After the shock of the body's discovery, Mrs. Armstrong gave premature birth to a stillborn child and herself died in the process. Her husband, Colonel Armstrong, once a brave officer in the Scots Guards, shot himself. And Mrs. Armstrong's personal maid, who came wrongly under suspicion of complicity, threw herself from a bedroom window and she died too. 5, death 5.
Then I thank heaven that Cassetti, who has spilled so much blood in his lifetime, should have his own blood spilled now.